Vanessa, thank you very much. Right, it's time for our daily grind, where we take a look at the stories that have got Londoners talking over the breakfast table this morning. Well, joining me now is Joanna Obeya, who's a print and broadcast journalist. Thank you very much for joining us at this ridiculous hour. No problem. Right, so first off, we have to really talk about Peaches Geldof, don't we?
Yes.
Incredibly sad news that's obviously still developing this morning as we're waiting to hear causes and things like that. What do you make of the story reaction?
I was completely shocked, as I think most people were when we heard the news yesterday. Funnily enough, I was at work and it broke online, and I couldn't believe it. I had to double check a couple of sources, because these things have happened before where crazy reports have come out, haven't they?
Yeah.
Where they've said someone's passed away and they haven't at all. So it was a really, really big shock. But I'm so sad. I think it's the saddest news, really, because she's got such small babies too, two sons. And from the sounds of, the statement that Bob put out and also her husband, it's come as a complete surprise to them as much as it was to the public.
I know it sounds really stupid. I didn't realise how young she was.
No, I know.
Two young children as well, of course. So it makes it, I mean, it's incredibly sad anyway, but to leave behind two young children.
Yeah, and their babies, their birthdays, are days away. So,
oh, really?
Yeah, so it's not... It's not nice timing either. But what I thought was interesting is a lot of the reports, I did think this might happen, but they've gone towards the sort of, it might have something to do with drugs. In the report there was, no drugs have been found at the home. And I really do hope that has nothing to do with that. And I think it's a bit of a shame that we've already, some reports already assume that it might be something like that, because at the moment it's still unexplained.
It's just the echoes of her mother's death, isn't
absolutely.
it? Sadly, that family have been plagued by tragedy, really.
Yeah.
And moving on to a completely different story, bricklayers can earn up to £100,000. We're in the wrong job, aren't we, Joanna? What is going on?
We're definitely in the wrong job. I read this, I thought it was quite interesting. I'm not that surprised, because if you think about it, everywhere we go at the moment, something's being built, isn't it? Like, new build flats are literally everywhere.
That's a good point.
So even, if you're in your sort of local borough, you have your council estate that's been there for years and years, and literally 5 minutes along the road there'll be a new build. Near where I grew up in Vauxhall, it started quite a long time ago. St George's Wharf was built, and then further along now, as you go along sort of Nine Elms Lane, there's even more flats being sort of thrown up. So everywhere you go, I'm not surprised that they can charge that much. But
yeah, the rate apparently in London can be up to £200 a day.
I know.
That's good on them, though.
No, I do think good on them, and in a way, I'm quite happy about it, because some people can turn their nose up at sort of manual labourers, and they are doing a hell of a lot for the community at the moment, especially as there's so many government schemes, aren't there now, for 20-somethings to get on the property ladder, which it is increasingly hard for 20-somethings to do. So the fact that these manual labourers are actually getting the opportunity to demand quite high day rates, I'm quite pleased about that.
You could be a bricklayer. You considering it?
No, but I did think about it when I saw the day rate. I thought, you know what? You could always chuck in a day job.
Yeah, or just do a bit on the side, moonlight. I think there'd be very wonky buildings, I have to confess. No, for you and me, I'm not just you. And moving on to Paloma Faith. Now, I love Paloma Faith, but she's stepped out and said that Miley Cyrus is feminism gone wrong. I mean, Miley Cyrus feminism, that argument is waged on for quite a while now, but Paloma Faith stepping into the ring. What do you make of that?
I understand where she's coming from, because Paloma is a very successful artist, and she doesn't have to sell her body or, if you like, sex to have that success. So I can understand why it must be a bit frustrating for artists who do try to keep, a bit modest, if you like, in the way that they dress and just the way that they present themselves. However, I do feel like it's been going on for a very long time, this sort of, if you like, promiscuous and quite naked approach to, style and performance, and being quite controversial. So I do feel like Miley is just the latest in, if you like, a long run of sort of people that are doing these things.
She's the first one, I guess, recently who's come out and said, I do this because I want to do it, rather than probably my male execs from my music company are saying, strip off, get on stage. And so she's kind of saying this is empowerment. And like you say, it's been around for donkey's years, women kind of wearing provocative outfits to get further ahead. But the difference is she's going, I'm doing it for feminism. And I think that's got a lot of people's backs up. But also Paloma Faith doesn't strike me as someone she's not prude, is she?
No, she's not. She's not prude, but I think I know what she means when she sort of talks about the way that she dresses, the fact that, she wears very covered up dresses, for example. I get that. But I don't think it's the end of the world. I think feminism is such a personal thing anyway. As a woman, you have the right to express your sexuality and your gender as you sort of wish, if you like, within obviously the realms of, law
decency,
and decency. But you have the right to do that. So I just think that for us to sort of, it's almost like picking on her in particular. There are people like Rihanna and Beyonce who are massive, massive stars who also dress quite provocatively. Maybe they don't say that they don't have like a quote for it. They haven't said, you know, I'm doing this for this reason or whatever, but they're probably just as much to blame for, you know, any sort of chauvinistic or, if you like, views that women may have.
I wonder if there's a difference between her age and also her background from that very Disney princess.
That's exactly
so
what
it's that real comparison. Well, thank you very much, Johnny. So you're back in an hour, and we'll speak to you in. Thank you very much. And that's what leads us on our poll this morning. We're asking, do you think celebrities like Miley Cyrus are feminists? This poll will be running throughout the morning, so make sure you have your say. Just go onto our website, londonlive.co.uk. The address is there on your screen now. Right, is it another umbrella day like it was yesterday? Vanessa, what's happening?